Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is MJ Clark's Review Point. Today we're going to be talking about Baby Driver. Now, Baby Driver is a movie that was produced and directed a few years ago. It came out and released already. It's currently working on a potential sequel that's in the writing stages, but it was written and directed by Edgar Wright, who is responsible for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The World's End, movies like that. You know, mostly comedies or action comedies, things of that nature. However, he's an incredibly talented director. This movie stars Ansel Elgort, Kevin Spacey, Lily James, Isa Gonzalez, John Hamm, Jamie Foxx, John Bernthal. This movie has got quite a cast. So essentially the plot of this movie is that this is an entire group of thieves who basically rob banks and they steal and they just do jobs. Kevin Spacey plays essentially their pit boss, or the person who sets up all of these jobs and then disperses the money out between them. They go their separate ways. He sets the time limits for everything, how long you have to lay low for. But he has like a father-son relationship with Ansel Elgort's character, Baby, who is the main character. Baby falls in love with Lily James's character, and they have a bit of a romance. However, the only problem is that Kevin Spacey's character feels that this is somewhat of a distraction for him to be and keeps his eye off the prize with the job, and that he can't trust Baby because apparently Baby owes him a lot of money for trying to steal from him before. And so Baby works these jobs to pay him back, and once he pays him back, he doesn't have to work for him anymore and do any more jobs. But Baby isn't the type of guy who speaks with words. He very rarely talks, and everything he feels is through his music. He listens to nothing but a playlist in his head, and he's got a playlist for every scenario. And when he basically drives, he's the getaway driver, he puts on certain songs to get him in the mood, and then he drives to the rhythm and the beats of these songs that are playing in his ear. This is an incredibly creative movie. I've never seen anything like this, and I remember when I watched it, I thought to myself that it felt like a pseudo-musical. But I like the way that it was done, because you have this overarching story, which is just, okay, we've got, our getaway driver, we've got, the bank robbers who specialize in guns, or this guy specializes in distraction, this person specializes in this. Then you have Baby, who essentially is the guy who makes everything possible for a clean getaway, and nobody drives like him. To the right track, these cops cannot catch Baby while he is driving. And basically what he wants to do is get enough money so he can disappear and run away with Lily James's character because he's in love, and she's willing to follow him anywhere because she trusts him. Kevin Spacey kind of puts a threatening air over his head partway through the movie, mainly because he thinks that Baby is going to try to just skate off with all the money, and or he's going to rat them out, and or he can't trust Baby, and that this girl is distracting him from helping them, ultimately get their final big job done. Now, as far as it's concerned, as things turn, Baby does kind of form somewhat of a friendship and or a kinship, I guess you could say, with some of the people in his group, particularly John Hamm's character, who is, he's kind of not the loose cannon, but he's a loose cannon, but he's very calm, and he's kind of the big brother. And then he is in a relationship with Isa Gonzalez's character, and they have like a Bonnie and Clyde style relationship. They do everything together. Now, but they've got a toxic relationship, but they love each other. And Jamie Foxx has a bit of friction with John Hamm's character. That creates a lot of strife in the group. It makes it hard for them to really get these jobs done without somewhat of a slight issue, mainly because egos just constantly colliding with each other. Now, Jamie Foxx's character does not trust Baby's character at all. He does not. And John Hamm's character is always defending Baby because he sees him as a younger version of himself who's just in love. Even though Baby is hiding it, John Hamm can sense it, and he's got this weird fatherly, big brotherly relationship with Baby, where Baby doesn't trust him at all and feels kind of creeped out by him, but at the same time intrigued by him. Whereas John Hamm's character essentially just really likes to, be a shadow over Baby and kind of keep an eye on him in secret and watch him and keep him in check so they can get the job done, no one gets killed, and Baby doesn't make any stupid decisions to get him killed. But through the movie, these relationships get tested and changed based on the jobs and based on them feeling that Baby's character is being selfish due to his relationship and love with Lily James, even though they aren't 100% sure what it is that's got him distracted until they figure it out. And so the final climax of this movie in the third act, it comes to this just giant job going astray in so many ways, and these plot threads get really crossed over, but it was very well written. It's incredibly well directed, and they've got little cool hints, like in the beginning when there are certain beats or words that are happening in the music that Baby's listening to in the opening sequence. You actually, if you watch the signage in the street where he's walking by, the walls, the sidewalk, you'll see that the words of the song are basically planted throughout the actual background scenery. And that's what I was saying. It's like a pseudo musical. It's so cool and so innovative, and I've never honestly seen a movie like it. I also love that Baby's character, his father, they essentially are deaf, and Baby communicates to them, communicates with them through sign language, which I thought was really cool. It was a very nice touch. It kind of humanizes him in a way where, he only speaks through music and he speaks through his hands. He's a man of incredibly few words. I don't even know how many lines he had in this film, but I feel like I could probably count them on maybe one hand. But that's not a bad thing, because when you're a great actor like Ansel Elgort, you're able to convey your lines, you're able to convey emotion through things like just your facial expressions, your eyes, your hand gestures. There are very few actors that are talented enough to pull that off and really make you feel the performance even without the words. It's just through facial expressions alone. And this movie was done incredibly well. A lot of great casting choices. There wasn't a single miscast. Kevin Spacey is always tremendous. He's got this gravitas. John Hamm from Mad Men. It's always nice to see him kind of, go against the grain. He plays a villain, and he's a villain-esque. Let me put it that way. And it's really good. Jamie Foxx. He's always good, but he's charismatic. Eliza Gonzalez, I like it because her chemistry with John Hamm, they really do have this really magnetic chemistry. You kind of understand that type of a relationship. You watch the movie, you have probably had a relationship like this where it's toxic. You guys both know you're probably bad for each other, but you even each other out. Yin to your yang, even though you probably shouldn't be together. And I thought it was really good. John Bernthal's got a small role in this, but the role that he plays in, it's John Bernthal, the Punisher. This guy is great. I've never ever seen him turn in a bad performance in any movie or TV show he has ever been in. And if you don't know who John Bernthal is, he's from The Walking Dead. He's the Punisher. He's in Fury with Brad Pitt. He's in so many great works, and even just a dash of him on your film makes the movie better. I, all in all, loved Baby Driver. I'm so glad that I got to review it. I was going to review The Old Guard with Charlize Theron on Netflix, but decided against it because as I was watching it, it was just too boring for me, and I didn't want to waste a review on a movie that I felt no connection to, even a little bit. And it's not to say I won't review movies that I don't personally enjoy, I will, but this one I couldn't even get through it because I just couldn't stay awake. And that's not a movie that I want to spend time reviewing and editing, because I spend a good, 3 to 5 hours editing, trying to get this up. I do want to shout out Neil McConnell, one of my closest and best, most dearest friends, who did in fact suggest this movie to me on Facebook Messenger. Thank you, Neil. I do love this movie. I've seen it twice in my life, and I have never been disappointed in any scene on either viewing. It is a movie that I would definitely rank as one of the most perfect movies I'd seen in the last 10 years. It's one of the few movies that is perfect to me personally in the last few years. My review of Baby Driver is going to be an A+. Thank you guys so much for coming in to watch my review today. This was Baby Driver. Please follow me on Instagram at The Lost Boy Anthem, or on Twitter at I am MJ Clark. And go ahead and like, share, and subscribe on this channel, or go ahead and post it, share it to your friends. I am trying to build my channel and my subscribers. I would really appreciate it. Please let me know in the comments down below what movies you would like to see me review next, or TV shows. It doesn't matter, music videos, whatever. Give me things to go ahead and experience. That, of course, is what this channel is for. Go ahead and follow my good friend Todd Reed on his channel, The Local Art Dealer, or Your Local Art Dealer. Sorry, Todd. It was a half successful plug. And other than that, guys, you enjoy the rest of your day. We are almost out of July and almost into August. Take care. Bye.